Your hair looks really nice today, and welcome to Super Dice Boys. Hi there, my name is Mike Rugg. I am running the campaign for Super Dice Boys. It is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign with a little bit of a homebrew twist. The characters will be starting at level 0. It's just an idea I've been playing with for a while, and it's where we're at. Don't tell me we're doing the game wrong. I know we're doing the game wrong. And there's going to be a few rules that get missed. It just happens. A few little extra things that we're doing involve me rolling perception checks for the characters most of the time because, in my opinion, you don't know whether or not you saw something. Same with certain stealth checks, that sort of thing. That's where we're going to be at as far as the rules go. As far as our characters go, we have Alix Taylor playing Makkara Thorn, Cody Linna playing Seraph Bartel, Jaikob Davis playing Cedric Voss, and, of course, the infamous Bradley Daucsavage playing as Carrick Rinn Leodinel. And, without further ado, this is Super Dice Boys, and welcome to the world of Qynh. And we'll just kind of get right into it. So, welcome to the gentle town of Rest. This is a quiet town, cozily nestled between the fairy forest and the mighty Perith River. The air is filled with a gentle scent of the nearby forest, pies cooling on windowsills, sulfur from the local forge, and the sound of the watermill droning on in the background. Quieter during the midday's break, as is right now, as the laborers take a rest and enjoy their lunch. Elderly women walk the streets with their grandchildren, filing between their homes and the market. Let's zoom in and see how we fit into the community. And so we come up upon a young-looking woman walking through the market square.
My character is Makkara. She's going to have a slightly green tinted skin as she's a wood elf. It's not much more noticeable than sort of like an olive tone. She also has like a copper colored hair.
All right, so we come upon a young woman, copper colored hair, dark olive skin, walking down the market, mushrooms in tow as she's making her daily deliveries.
Yeah, I'll go to the first door and knock on it where I'm supposed to be.
You knock on the door, and a young man answers the door. And we cut to...
My character is Cedric. He's a young kid. He's 16. But one of those, he's like a little bigger, one of those clearly athletic type kids. He's got short black hair over his brown kind of dusty skin complexion. And he's got hopeful gray eyes, and he opens the door, and he says, "Oh, hey Makkara, what's up?"
Hey, I've got the mushrooms that your grandpa paid us for already.
Oh, perfect. Hey, Pop, Makkara's here with your mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Come in.
I'll go inside.
And you step inside. It's lovely little home, well-maintained. The unmistakable sense of boiling greens as they are preparing for a midday's lunch. And there you see Myson Voss sitting on his armchair, rocking gently, just kind of waiting for dinner to be prepared.
Okay. Is he cooking it?
No, that is his wife, Errol Voss. She's in the kitchen. You can see her. It's a open floor plan.
Okay. I'll go in because I think I'm pretty familiar with these people.
Yes. You've been invited in.
Yeah. So I'll just take the mushrooms to the kitchen.
Okay.
And I'll say, like, "What's up, Gran?"
Oh, hello. It's another fine day.
Yeah,
she's just cooking away.
It's not bad. I got these mushrooms for you. You already paid for them.
Oh, thank you so much.
Don't pay me again.
Oh, okay. And then she doesn't pay you again.
Good.
Hey, Makkara, what have you been doing today?
Well, I pretty much just came into town. Kind of got a late start.
You don't have your bow. Did you not go hunting or anything?
No, we got a good deer like this week already, and so we're still kind of processing it.
Okay, well, next time you have to take me and you have to show me how to shoot, okay?
Don't go on about this again, boy.
Come on. I mean, all I do is sit at home all day and do chores. I gotta do something exciting.
The other day you helped the... Oh, what's that elf family? Young Garrick and,
He goes by Rinn.
Oh, yes, that's right. The Leah Donnells, them, yes.
All I did was haul stuff. That's not exciting.
You held a hammer, I saw.
Yeah, I mean, hunting is pretty lucrative. I think he could definitely learn pretty easily.
Well, anyway, I'm sure you could use the company at least.
Yes. I roll. And then I'll just say like, well, I got to be going. I got some leather to deliver elsewhere.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm not doing anything. Can I accompany you?
Yeah.
Your grandfather nods in approval.
Sweet. I'll like put my shoes on.
And you guys are out the door, closes behind you with a dull thud, and you walk down the street. And where is your next delivery?
I got to take some leather to the bookshop.
All right, so you walk through the streets, winding between the busy ebb and flow of the market goers, and you arrive to the bookshop. The doors are closed, which is uncommon, and there's a sign up that says... closed. Please come back later.
Oh, yeah, they've been closed for the past couple days. I wonder if anyone's even in there.
As you say that, you see a pair of eyes poke out from the curtain.
Hey, I've got your leather. I've got your stuff.
I'll fumble with the lock and open it up. Hey, Makkara. Yeah. One second, please. And I will run to the back of the store and come back with a couple books and grab the leather from her. Did Dad pay or?
Yeah, we're all square.
Okay, cool. And then as I'm locking the door, I look human-like. I've got a little bit pointier ears. My hair is pretty long and dark brown. I have it up in like a ponytail that goes over my back. I'm wearing white shirt that's tied at the top, and I've got a sweater on that hangs a little bit past my knees. It's open like a cardigan would be. Yeah. Thanks. Just let me lock this door real quick. Sorry. One second.
Hey, Seraph, are you busy today?
I don't think so. I was sent to get some books.
I was just helping Makkara make her rounds. Do you want to come with?
Yeah.
Helping.
Yeah, one sec. Do you guys mind? I gotta head home real quick though. Can we hit that up?
Yeah, we'll just come with you. We're not in a hurry.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. One sec, and I'm fumbling with the lock. I'm awkward.
After a little bit too long, the locks are finally taken care of, and the tenuous Seraph kind of leads you guys along. Haphazardly.
Yeah, I'm a fairly
dodging around people.
Thin, scrawnier looking person. Yeah, this way, come on. And I take off down the street.
All right. And I assume you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. And no harm, no foul. You get to the family home?
Yeah, I'll get there and I'll be, wait out here one sec. And I'll go in and I'll close the door in their face.
Okay.
I'll like sit down on the ground and like pick at the grass because I'm bored.
I kind of twiddle my thumbs like nervously.
Yeah, and it's just like taking a little while. Like it's an odd amount of time for a quick stop off.
Yeah, and then I'll just open the door back up and I'll come out and be like, yeah, I can go out. I don't have anything planned. Store's closed, so.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys get that taken care of and off to continue the rounds for the daily deliveries from Makkara.
Yeah, I've just got some meat and then a couple fish to deliver, which
All
is
right.
also meat, but it's different. You guys, you don't understand, but it's fine.
I kind of want to let Makkara, like get a little bit ahead, kind of like pull Seraph like to the side a little bit when she's like a good like 10 feet away, and kind of just whisper to him like, "How is he?"
He's not doing any worse, I guess.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we're hoping he's gonna get better.
Have you thought about asking Makkara? I think her family is like healers.
I did, but my mother won't and father won't allow it. They don't want people to know, and they don't believe in any of that stuff anyway.
Okay, well, let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Yeah, we're fine. We're doing okay. Yeah, we'll be fine. We're good. Hey, Makkara,
Yeah.
are you gonna ever let me go check out your cabin? Your mom's cool.
Yeah, she's really cool, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go there after I sell all this stuff. I mean, what's the job?
All right. Yeah.
I give Seraph a nudge. I'm like, dude.
They can do magic. That's awesome.
Okay.
As you guys are walking by, there is the young Leah Donnell walking through, and he picks you guys out of the crowd. And
Yeah, so Rinn is kind of he's pretty short, is a bit of a stouter build for an elf. He's probably around like 5'6", a bit stockier and kind of a bit rough of hand from kind of working the odd carpentry job around town and that kind of thing. That's sort of been his life and how he interacts with the community. And as he walks by, picking his friends and acquaintances out of the crowd, he sort of waves over, finishing a bite of bread, sort of breaking for lunch.
Yeah.
Running late to school with toast in your mouth.
5 minutes with a sandwich and a Coke. Anyway, so yeah, he hails you. Cedric, Makkara, Seraph, how are you doing? I'm glad I ran into you, actually. Makkara, I have some scraps of lumber I think would make decent arrows if you are looking to replenish.
Sure. I'll take them.
Okay, I'll pick them up in the worksite later on today. What are you lot up to?
Making rounds.
I'm glad I found you, Carrick. I was
Rinn, please.
I'm sorry, Rinn.
God, I can't believe that's getting around already.
Yeah, you shouldn't have told my parents. I've been meaning to talk to you. We are gonna have to postpone those repairs you were doing at the shop, if that's okay.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you can keep
Hey.
the down payment though, because we'll get back to it.
All right. Well, no hurry on my end. Let me know when you need the work done.
Yeah,
I'll get to it.
It'll be soon. It'll be fine.
All right.
all right, and as you guys are standing there, kind of in the middle of the market square, I mean, it's a nice busy day, hustle and bustle, and people selling things to people who are selling those things to other people. It's like endlessly trading fish back and forth, but not fish because we're not at the sea.
Turnips mostly.
Yeah, good amount of turnips.
There's a river near, though.
There is a river nearby. Yes.
So fish for turnips.
It's not really plentiful of fish. Like every time you get one, it's like pretty remarkable. There not a whole lot of fish these days, and the fact that you have a couple of fish and some meat on you means you've got a lot of money worth of stuff in your pouch or
Okay.
basket, however you deliver it.
It is a basket.
Yeah.
It's like one of those baskets that has like, it's just like a U, and it doesn't have edges on the
Oh yeah.
front and back, so you can have like long stuff on it.
All right, and after having this short interaction while you guys are still walking, you're getting closer to the edge of town for a few of your final deliveries. As you're getting over there, you all hear something peculiar. From what sounds like the other side of town, you hear a woman scream, and then you start to see signs of a panic as people flood out of the market square.
What the hell?
We should go
Where?
that
Help.
way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the other way.
No, we gotta go help. Come on.
Is it near my home area?
Yeah, your house is getting it's pretty close to the center of town.
Okay. We should go, and then I'll take off. Not like I'm sprinting towards it, but like I'm trying to force myself to sprint towards it.
Yeah, I run towards the panic.
I'm gonna try and grab sort of your shoulder and be like, "Don't get ahead of yourself."
Come on. That's what a good knight would do.
A good knight would also have proper sword training, not the 1 or 2 sessions I've been able to sneak in and while you help me out with work.
You think I'm gonna need to sword someone who's
It's
screaming?
You guys,
Come
it's
on.
probably nothing. Let's just go.
What if there's like a
Yeah.
fire? We could help put it out.
It's in almost ironic timing. You see the town guard Alvor marching through the town, through the crowd of people, shield in tow, kind of like as they're separating around him. But sometimes they hit the shield, and he just kind of gently brushes them off. He's got a large sword on his back, and he's doing what he can to approach closer. As you're starting to recognize the sounds, Makkara, of arrows hitting wood.
Oh goodness. Okay. I guess I'll just like relay what I hear. Like, those are arrows. We need to find some cover.
What was that about ahead of us?
I want to see what's going on.
My family lives over there.
Also, my character's pretty fast. Like, just naturally
Yeah.
a bit quicker than most people.
As am I.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go home. We gotta get home, and I take off towards my home. Sorry.
I'll take him home.
Yeah.
These guys
Okay.
know-
You gotta go.
Yeah, you guys start trying to weave through the crowd.
Yeah.
It's decently thick. It's not too populated, but this was a time of day that almost everyone is out and about. If you're not at home making lunch, then odds are you're out working and you're just getting a meal somewhere.
Out of the way, kids.
I kind of want to
Try
like
stick to the side.
get in the slipstream of the guard, like behind him.
Yeah. And he doesn't even look back. He's just marching forward. And as you guys get to the end of this crowd, you see a group of 6 people. They've got bows and arrows towed, and there is a dead woman on the ground. And they just appear to be pilfering her shop, taking her grains, her dried foods. What is a good
Who is all there, and who went another direction? Or did we all
I
go?
think we
is
all-
it the same direction?
I think
Okay.
we've all followed Alvor, I believe.
Yeah, so you guys had followed behind the town guard, who is now at the edge of their detection, I suppose, where you can see all of this happening. People from the middle kind of spread out everywhere. Like, a lot of people ran towards their own homes. A lot of people just ran to get out of town because their home was on the other side of this happening. But yeah, the lady on the ground, that is slain. She has an arrow sticking out of her throat.
God.
Yeah, it was
Jesus.
it was not a good shot for her. Great shot for the bandit. She was old Helga. She insisted you say old Helga every time.
Oh, no.
Man.
She mattered.
Oh no!
Not old Helga.
Upon seeing that, I'll look to see if there's like a cart or a stand I can dip behind and kind of duck.
For sure.
Absolutely. This is a market square.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to jump behind one of those.
All right. Are you trying to do so in a way of hiding?
Yeah, I want to hide behind one.
Okay. All right. That's
Just kind of look out and keep my eyes out.
okay. So you're dipping behind. You're kind of wanting to get a feel of the situation.
Yep.
Let's just kind of, since we don't have any initiatives or anything, let's just kind of act in a clockwise kind of order. So, Makkara.
I'd like to make my way maybe around a building to sort of distract them from behind is my plan eventually.
Okay. So you want to get around a building. The buildings here aren't too big. It wouldn't take a very long time at all, but you can start. Are you trying to do so in a way that you're not detected right away?
I don't think it matters. There's really a scuffle going on, so I wouldn't take that much care.
Okay. And it's not much of a scuffle right now. Alvor is just getting up to the group. Otherwise, they're just literally taking stuff out of this dead woman's stand.
I thought there was like people running away.
Most of the people by now are gone,
Okay.
at least from this area.
Then yeah, I guess I'll just go. I mean, I don't think I would be careful enough to
Okay.
think they're searching for me.
Okay, yep. So you kind of swing around, and you hear one of them call out in a strange language to you, And one of them kind of like peeks up.
Is the language Elven?
No.
Is it common?
No.
Then I don't know it.
And that is why I said a strange language to you.
Okay. I'll like look.
Are the others of us in earshot of that? Or?
Yeah, I mean, everyone can hear that.
Yeah. Do I understand what he said?
Yeah, you recognize the language as being Dwarvish.
Yeah.
I also recognize it.
Okay.
I'll like perk, like, because I know they're calling to me. Is it like
Yeah.
calling to me or shouting after me? Or, like-
Calling out saying, "Hey, there's someone going around the building."
Yeah, that's I'm not.
That's what they say, and that's why you got some looks. And these guys are like, "Oh,
Uh-oh.
All right. I don't yell anything, but
okay." So you're in the process of going around the building. Let's see what Cedric is up to.
So old Helga, this is just her stand, right? Not her home.
Yeah, just her stand, her home. You know, it's across town.
Did she live alone?
Her husband, Alfred, will not be happy to hear of the news.
Okay, but do I know if he's like working there?
No, he would be at home. He's an older man. They're an older couple, but she's in better shape than him.
Okay. So I would probably be like sticking really close to Alver, and I would be like, "What do we do? Like, what are you gonna do?"
And he turns around and you see his gray beard sticking out from under his helmet. He says, "What I have to do."
Okay.
And he draws out his weapon and he starts running in towards them, and they all like turn and like aim bows at him.
Now is Alver like a real tough ma, or is he kind of like just town guard like because?
He's been the town's main guard for the past 15 years.
Okay.
He you've never seen him fight before. He's never had to fight before.
That's what I was gonna say. Have I ever seen him like kill anyone?
So he runs there. He's got his heater shield up. He's got his long sword behind him as he's just running in.
Okay, I would probably just be like too scared to like run in, but too like excited and dumb to like try and hide. So I'm probably just standing there watching to see like my personal hero Alver like defeat these nasty bandits, right?
Okay. So you are there and watching, and he runs into the fray. And Rinn, what are you up to?
I think Rinn is just like, oh, god damn it, they're all splitting up. How am I gonna get these kids out of here? Like kind of chiding himself in his own mind for like thinking of them as kids when he himself doesn't want to be thought of as old. God, his main thing I think is he's staying sort of there and just being ready to dive and like tackle someone out of the way if arrows start flying. Someone probably most likely being Cedric.
Okay.
The closest by, who hasn't taken cover yet.
Yeah.
I'll maybe even be kind of urging you towards the cart that Seraph is hiding behind.
Look, he's about to take them on.
And I'll just be like,
Go, Alver!
I was like, yeah, but look, they're about to shoot arrows. Go cart.
Not all of them are focused directly towards Alver, just because of the distraction that was created by Makkara as she was as she was running around the building. So there's a little bit of distraction, and 3 of them loose arrows towards Alver, and they all bounce off of his shield.
Woo.
So they were really accurate, but just at the wrong spot. And as he charges in and begins to engage with them. And what are you doing, Seraph?
I'm going to try to like start moving around to go towards my family's residence, I guess, my house.
Okay.
Like ducking between carts and stuff, trying
All
to
right.
stay low.
You are Mission Impossible style,
Yeah.
working your way around the edge of this.
Yeah.
And it's working for you.
Excellent.
All right. We are on to Makkara, who has, at this point, made it around the building. You're at the back of this fray. You see 3 people actively engaged with the town guard. There's one that's looking right at you as you come around the building. And there are just 2 still working on loading up the cart.
Are there any rocks around?
Absolutely.
That I can hurl?
This is so nature.
I'm gonna hurl a rock at one of them.
All right. Who are you going to hurl it at?
The guy who's looking at me.
All right. You throw a rock directly at him. Let's have you see if you can actually hit him with it.
The dice shows 9.
Okay. Let's add some dexterity modifier to that since it's a throne. And
10.
We can allow that. That's fine by me. All right. Yeah, you throw it. It bounces off of his leather jerkin. And he looks down and is like, "A rock?"
I'm going to get out of there.
Okay.
Can I ask, are they dwarves? Is that what we're seeing? Are they people? What are they? Humanoid?
Yeah, they're for the most part human. There are 4 men and 2 women.
Okay.
The ones loading up the cart are women. The ones who are on guard are the men.
Noted.
And yeah, apparently they all can speak Dwarvish, since that's how they were communicating beforehand, until a rock got thrown at one of them.
Oh, he said that in common.
Yeah.
A rock?
A rock?
Okay.
What is the, if I can ask a mechanical question, high elves get a cantrip. I've chosen Mage Hand. What's the kind of weight limit on that?
5 pounds.
It's 5 pounds. I was thinking about just like as they load the cart, just like unloading the cart.
That'd be amazing. But no, these are
Yeah.
at least 20-pound sacks of grain.
Yeah. All right. In that case, I'm gonna be kind of tugging, I think, at Cedric to like, come on, let's get, I don't know, not maybe out of here, but let's get at least met up with Seraph or something.
I'm kind of fighting you.
Yeah.
I want to.
Okay.
I want to stay.
What do you want to do?
I mean, this is like amazing. And I'm just thoroughly convinced that Alvar is going to save everyone and defeat the villains. So I think I'm, unless that changes, I'm just going to be watching.
Okay. And yeah, as you're watching,
I'm kind of cheering him on too.
after deflecting that first bout of attacks, he does cut into someone pretty fearsomely with his weapon.
Ooh.
But immediately after that, the other two, like, he gets 2 arrows in the chinks of his armor on his left shoulder,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
and he drops his shield.
Oh shit. Okay. Do you want to go to the next person, or do you want me to do something?
I mean, you still have a reaction, I guess.
Let's keep rotating around for now.
Sure.
Give you that bit of tension. You were urging Cedric to move. You see this happen. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, that sort of changes things. Like running through my mind, I think, is that I'm completely unarmed. Maybe if I had some of the weapons on me, I'll look to the sort of the nearby carts and shops and stands. Are any of them? Do they at all have some sort of maybe like a training sword or
They
anything?
have ways for you to perhaps defend yourself. Maybe not the most effective weapons in the world, but you see rakes, you see shovels, you see pitchforks. There is a hammer here and there.
Okay. Oh man.
One of the carts even has a sling.
Okay. I think then yeah, I'll stop trying to pull you away from the fight, and I'll sort of point you in the direction of that stuff and say, like, you take the sling, I'll take something else, and we have to defend the town, I guess. It's down to us.
I'll say we need to tell Pop. He's a warrior. He could stop these guys.
That's probably a better idea. But how much time will it take?
I guess I don't know how far away my grandparents' house is.
I mean, at a regular pace, it's a couple of minutes away. So, given a sprint, you could reasonably get to and from in about a minute.
I sort of like shrink down like in like stature and tilt my head down to the ground, and I'm looking at the ground, and you hear me kind of whispering to myself like, "They can't see me. They can't see me. They can't see me." And then I'm casting Pass Without Trace. I think that Cedric kind of discovered that he could if he like tries to think about like people not being able to see him, then they can't. And so you see this sort of like shadow kind of veil happen over him. And he's like, he turns to you and he's like, I'm going to go tell my pop.
Right. That's probably for the best.
And
All right.
I'm kind of just going to run by.
All right. Seraph.
Yeah, I'm ducking behind carts. Is there any like horses or anything around or anything like that?
So, I mean, for the most part, the carts are sitting there. They're ready to be unloaded. That means they do have animals. A few animals got spooked, and some of the carts ran off. You can see the trail they left.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there are some horses around.
I just want to get up to one and like point it in the general direction of those ne'er-do-wells and just slap it on the ass so it runs that way and then continue to run towards my home.
All right. That is a interesting way to go about this.
Just so they're distracted with a horse while I run.
Yeah, let's roll an animal handling check to see, at the very least.
That's a natural 1.
All right, so it runs in their direction until it looks like it's going to run into it, in which case the horse rears back and tries to turn to run the other way, but it's hooked up to this fucking cart.
So now they just have 2 carts onto which they can load their pilfered goods.
I was hoping it would
Damn
kick.
it, I gave him a cart.
I was hoping it would kick Seraph.
Yeah, it didn't kick you, but it sure wasn't into that whole ass slapping, and it definitely isn't into running down people. It's a well-trained horse.
Yeah, and now they just see me standing over there where just slapped a horse.
I'm not going to lie. The 2 women just see that happen and turn towards you and see this skinny, long hair having, white shirt wearing boy.
Bye. And then I just keep running towards my home.
All right. And yeah, you're getting pretty close to there. You're like at the door.
Yeah.
All right. Makkara.
Last we checked, I was like running away.
Yes. Are you still running? You hear the sound of a horse whinny.
Yeah.
Neigh.
Is this person keeping up with me?
No, they're just kind of watching you go off.
Okay. Then I'll just kind of get safe.
Okay. Yeah, you get out in a while and yeah, you when you say get safe, do you mean like getting out of eyesight or getting far away?
Like get out of eyesight.
Okay,
Like,
yes.
I want to stay far enough away that they like kind of don't look for me anymore, or that, and I'll wait if I have to.
Yeah. And then yeah, like if you were to peek out, like let's just say you run away, turn a corner.
I'll actually, I'm just going to attempt to hide in a lightly obscured area, because I can do that as part of my racial bonus.
But is there a lightly obscured area? That is the question.
I was thinking we were like outskirts of, like, I guess this is like,
This
is
is
it
like
like
the
alleys
market.
or, okay. For some reason I imagine it differently. Whatever
into a bush or
you
something?
say, yeah, like,
Yeah, I
hay.
mean, you just jump into a pile of hay. I love it. That is perfect. You run away.
Assassin's Creed.
You just hop in that hay pile, and like the guy just kind of watches you go off. He doesn't see where you go. You just, all right, I guess that one ran off. And he's looking out, but he turns around to see the scene thus far of the town guard having been wounded slightly after severely wounding one of theirs. And now the horse has disrupted everything. In that opportunity created, Alvor stabs one of the women through the sternum.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's not fucking around. He's been injured. His life's on the line. His town's life is on the line. So he is giving it his all. And, all right, Cedric, you are running to your home.
I'm sneak running. I'm more of just hoping nobody notices me. With that, like ability active, I'm like, I'm just gonna kind of run by.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm running to my home.
And yeah, no concerns there. You just kind of slip on by. Rinn.
Taking sort of inspiration from my friends, I think that Rinn is realizing, all right, we know who can fight this.
How many people are there?
Total fighting?
Like of bad people.
There were 6, now there are 5.
Okay, that's a lot.
One has been sternum stabbed. Yeah.
One has been straight up stabbed.
And yeah, my thoughts are that like these odds are not in our favor in the slightest. And yeah, grabbing up weapons to fight wasn't going to work either. But getting more able-bodied warriors might. And so I too am going to try to head off towards my family's home and see if I can get my father, Captain Aldous, to help.
Which, being a family of a good rapport, decent amount of money, you live very close in the market square.
All right.
That's relatively nearby. Doesn't take very long. You can see your door from where you are. So you
Sure.
just run over there and burst in.
Yep. Yeah, Father, there's bandits in the square. The training's going to have to pay off. A bow, a sword, anything. Grab something. Help.
And your father looks at you. He's like a little confused, but he understands that there's a dire situation. Boy, get your wits about you. Grab my sword.
Yeah, I'll take the sort of decorative officer's sword that he's had hung over the fireplace, and I'll grab that. I imagine it to be probably like a sort of a cutlass, like a long sword sort of situation.
Yeah. It's
a
a
saber.
it's a fancy long sword.
Yeah.
And he grabs a weapon as well.
All right.
And he walks outside to see the scene. And Seraph, what are you doing?
I'll bust into my house, I guess. And I'll panic. Mom, are you all right? Dad, is fine? Everyone okay?
And they're confused and they turn towards you. What do you mean? There was a scream.
There's bandits in the square. Someone's dead. And I'll run into the kitchen and just start trying to find something sharp.
You find a knife.
Yeah, and then I just look out the curtain with the knife in my hand.
And yeah, you see the scene thus far. And the little bit of chaos you helped create that opportunity. You actually open up the drape just in time to see a sword come through them and pull out as they fall limp to the ground.
I don't enjoy that, but I'm not as disgusted as I thought I would be seeing it. And I turn to my parents. I'm like, they're still fighting out there. I don't know what to do. Well, my dad's probably up in a bed somewhere.
Yeah. And your mom doesn't know what to do. She, all of her years, she's never been a fighter. Yeah. She just invites you to come over and like just relax, put down the knife.
I'll lock the door.
Okay.
Fumble with the keys for too long again.
It takes a little too... No, you've got the lock right there. Makkara.
I don't have a handful of books this time.
If the opportunity arises, I want to are there any accessible roofs that I can get a better view of what's going on?
Yeah, you could always climb on top of a building. They're not too difficult to climb with the way the stonework is, especially around the windows and around the frames of the building.
They're pretty short in town. Yeah,
they're fairly
that's kinda
short.
what
There's a few taller places, but not a lot.
I just want to kind of get closer, but at a better vantage point.
Yeah. And considering the area that you're in, the houses are more built for winter than they are for the nice times. So there's more basements than there are second floors.
Okay.
So the buildings are more stout, easy enough to climb on top of something.
I'll try and get on top of the house that I'm next to.
Okay.
Whose hay pile I was using.
Good old hay pile.
Yep.
Yeah, you climb up the house, no effort, no issues. It's easy climb. You're
Okay.
not out of shape. And yeah, you're able to get a better vantage point. You can see the craziness going on. See someone had struck Alvar in the back of the head. His helmet's come flying off, but he's still standing. And you can see the Leodinels approaching the scene.
Oh, good.
You can't spot Cedric anywhere. And there's a horse that's freaking out next to everyone.
Okay.
That is the scene thus far.
Okay. Is it like jump in the cart distance? Is it like further away?
You'd have to get a little bit closer than that to, if you
I'll
wanted to
work
jump
on-
into a cart. But
I'll
you
work
can,
on getting closer.
Yeah, the
That's what
buildings
I'm
are
gonna do.
arranged in such a way that,
You can continue to Assassin's Creed roof to roof.
yeah, I mean, like, at the worst, you can jump 10 feet and a long jump. You're going to be fine.
Narrow alleys.
Yes, narrow alleys. It's like there's a big main street that everyone uses, and then it's like the little walkways are just what you use to walk between the buildings to get home. All right, Cedric.
So I bust into my house, and I'm like, Pop, there's a bunch of bad guys showed up, and Alvar's fighting him by himself. He's gonna die.
That causes your grandfather to perk up, and he rises, and you can see, whenever he stands up, you can see that he used to be a very fit man, and now he's, kind of let himself go. He's got a little bit of a belly. He's gotten a
Yeah.
little stockier over the years since he hasn't been doing any rigorous training anytime lately. Mm-hmm. But you say that, and it's almost like you turned something on inside of him, like some type of fire just like lit up.
Okay.
And he rises. He just grabs his sword off the wall, doesn't even take the case. He just grabs it and pulls it right out.
Okay.
And he's like, very well.
Okay. And then I'm gonna, I guess I'll like run out and grab like the axe from our like wood chopping block.
Yeah. And as he walks out of the building and sees you do that, he's like, no, boy.
I'm like, I can't just watch.
I can't let my family die.
I won't die. I'll be careful.
He just mutters something, shakes his head, and starts shuffling off as quickly as he can.
Okay. I follow him.
Okay. And yeah, you've got the axe, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to protest too much. He doesn't have the time. Mm-hmm. And he starts going as quickly as he can. It's not as fast as he used to be, but he's going. All right, sir. Rinn.
Yeah, I think rallied by my father's quickness to action and telling me to get my wits about me, I'd sort of do just that. Kind of take a second to collect myself and go back out there. Me and him both kind of running up towards that scene. Has he armed himself, would you say, with a bow or with another sword, do you think?
He's got another sword.
Another sword, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. And so as I think we're running up on that situation, to my understanding, there is still 2 people engaged with Alvor,
Yes.
and he's like down on a knee or whatever.
Yeah, he's had his he's been hit hard in the back of the neck. His helmet has come flying off.
All right. Yeah, I think these 2 elven men approaching this scene with the, I don't want to say panache, it's the wrong word, but our sort of house colors are this deep kind of cerulean blue, and I've been sort of wearing, in fact, I usually wear this sort of a nice top, sort of with a high collar, sort of comes down the middle and then breaks off into sort of a thigh length coat sort of situation, all trimmed in white. And it's me and him both standing there almost in uniform, with that kind of suit on. Both brandishing swords and moving towards these enemies. Would we be in attacking range of them at all? Or is it just going to be kind of getting in there?
So yeah, as you approach there, I don't know if you guys are quite close enough to rush in and start doing something,
Right.
but as you guys walk up,
I do have an idea for that.
Okay.
As we're running up then, if any of them are, say, trying to like get ready for another strike on Alvor or anything like that, I think I'm going to think to use Mage Hand to sort of throw dust up in their face to kind of distract or at least hinder them.
Okay, awesome. That is a tricky and cool way of going about that. As you approach, the one free guard now, since the other person is now stuck with moving everything, sorry, not guard, bandit. The one free bandit now. As there's one doing all the loading, he turns, he sees you guys, and he lets loose an arrow directly towards your father.
Ow!
And Yeah, just kind of gets him right in the shoulder.
Damn it.
But a man of poise and great practice, he just looks over at it, and you can see the blood trickling down his arm as he just pushes it through, snaps,
Damn.
and he knows exactly where he's running to. Seraph, what are you doing?
I'm sitting looking out the window going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm going to do that. That's it. I'm just going to watch that. Like, I don't know what to do. I've never been in this situation.
Okay.
I do have that knife though still, and I'm like, I want to will myself to use it is what I'm trying to do.
As you watch, the person who is loading up the cart, he turns towards, and you guys meet eyes, and you see him have this great thought of, what if I went in there? As he starts walking towards the door.
Okay. I back up and like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And I'll wait for him to come in. And I'm like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
And your mother just keeps insisting, oh, you're overreacting. Just calm down. All this excitement's not good for your father. And as she's saying that, suddenly there's that pound at the door
All right.
as someone's trying to open it.
Was she cooking by chance? It's lunchtime, right?
Of course it's lunchtime, and of course she was cooking.
Cool.
She's a fantastic
She's
mother.
an excellent cook. I'm going to grab the pot of whatever's boiling greens, and I'm just going to wait till that door opens, and I'm going to splash in it.
And you hear her say, oh, come on, I've been working on that. It
I'm
just
just
needed
gonna
a little bit longer to
Ignore
rest.
the fuck out of her.
Does not have a good sense of urgency.
Yeah. And eventually the door cracks open, and it's Makkara.
I'm not actually there. It's my turn, right?
Yeah. It is your action.
Okay, I'm gonna once I'm close enough, I'd like to take care that when I see someone aiming a bow, I'm gonna just hit him with the fish. I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can. I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can from the top of this roof and try and just help.
Just salmon slap them into
All right.
dumbfoundedness.
Yeah, and you're
Just
close enough to
try
do that.
and help.
You weren't close enough before when you had seen the first arrow let loose at the head of the Leodinal household, but you see that same person ready another arrow, and you just throw a fish at them.
Yeah.
What kind of fish are we talking? How big?
We're talking like I don't know, freshwater fish. Why do you put me on the
Like a
spot?
bass?
Medium bass.
Pike?
It's like 10 to
Oh,
11
no.
inches long, probably.
Yeah, we're talking a pretty
Like
big bass.
5 pounds, 4 pounds.
Just a
Or-
5-pound bass. I'm into that.
All right.
All
Holy
right.
smokes, that's
I can make
pretty
him
big,
that.
I think.
Yeah, that is huge. And go ahead and throw a fish.
Okay. It shows 3, so I'll add my dexterity or
Yes, and this is where he gets the cut in,
And can I
which is Rinn.
alley-oop that fish via mage hand?
Absolutely. You
I'm
said
gonna-
you were prepared to do that for the next
Yeah.
attack. You see a fish fly down as you throw it. It kind of overshoots. You grab that fish and just slap directly into the face of the man who just shot your father.
Fuck yeah.
And he is fished.
Fish.
He drops his bow. It's the same guy that before said, a rock? And he's now like, a fish?
Oh, man.
Which creates another distraction in which Alvor uses to cut off of the entire arm of the person who removed his helmet.
Jesus, this dude's not fucking around.
He's dropped his shield. His left arm is weak, but he both hands up right through the shoulder.
Damn.
And the person whom he attacked falls to the ground, shouting out in pain. Cedric, you arrive to a most strange scene.
Okay.
Your Pop sees this going on too, and he doesn't know what to quite make of a flying fish
Okay.
or a horse going insane tied up to a cart next to combat. This is very different from what he's seen. And he even says, battle's different nowadays.
Okay. So I'm gonna run up and brandishing my axe, I'm gonna like, like run over and lift it and swing it right at the tether that's tying the horse to the cart
Okay.
to free it.
Yeah, perfect.
The cart that's loaded up with pilfered goods, I imagine,
Or
the other cart.
is that?
Yeah, there are 2 carts currently in the middle there.
I want to free the one that they're trying to take away.
Okay.
Or actually, no. I'm sorry. I want to free the one that's freaking out because I felt bad for it.
Okay. Yeah.
That was my original intention.
Let's have you just see if you don't completely miss the rope.
Okay.
So make a.
like a strength.
Let's make it just an attack roll.
Okay.
See where we take it from there. You don't miss.
Okay.
I see that 14 from here.
Yeah.
You slice with your. It's kind of a dull axe since you use it for wood, but it's got enough heft to it, and there's enough tension in that rope that it just snaps, and this horse goes flying off into the distance.
Okay.
And your grandfather, he approaches the situation and walks up to the man with a fish in his face.
A sword?
The horse hits him. Oh, horse!
Oh, horse! Oh, horse!
A comrade's arm? I don't know. I could throw that. I don't know.
All right. And, yes, so 2 of the enemies have been dispatched. One of them has a fish in their face. There is a woman that is loading up the cart, and there is
One coming into my door.
one coming into your door and one actively engaged with Alvar. Alvar, he's fighting the best he can, but he's tired and he's weak. He's lost a lot of blood. But they seem to be at a stalemate.
How far away is Seraph's house?
From where you are, let's call that 40 feet. Okay. But yeah, there the battle rages on. Rinn.
Rinn, indeed. I think it's time for pretty conventionally engaging these dudes with elven sword proficiency.
All right. You run up to whom? There's a man breaking in a door. There's a man going toe-to-toe with Alvar. There's a woman loading up the cart. There is a man with a fish in his face.
I think I go for the guy that's engaging Alvar because he's in kind of the most dire of straits.
Okay.
And I'll sort of implore my my father to just like get the one with the bow. We have to take out all these threats.
And he grabs you by the shoulder as he starts moving. He says, "You go help the people in that house."
And I'll look. I mean, kind of reluctantly, and then I will do that.
And he approaches the man that is currently engaged with Alvar.
Nice. All right then. I will in fact go and engage with that. I think my plan is to get up in their face and actually attack them. Like forego trying to scare them off, and really try to go for it.
All right, you get up to the man who is trying to break in this door and make an attack roll if you intend on attacking.
I do. So 12.
All right. Yeah, you make a big cut across this guy's back the way you've been trained.
Hell yeah.
And you suddenly notice that every time you've ever sparred, you've always pulled back your sword hits. So you just cut this guy's leather jerkin.
Yeah.
And right at that moment, he like kicks the door in, turns around, is like, "What?" And then
Sword.
Seraph.
I'm going to take the pot and forego. It's probably going to burn my hands to do this, but I'm going to throw it on him, like splash him with it, and then I'm just going to start beating him with the pot.
All right. So there is no need for any kind of roll with the hot water because it's gonna get on him.
Yeah.
And you see this man's skin instantly burn. You see boils popping up. Oof. It is rough.
Yeah.
Blistering flesh from this boiling water. And
I want to two-hand it by the handle and just start smashing him with it.
All right. And Yeah, make your attack roll.
13 plus nothing.
All right, 13, which is good enough. You hit him right, like you're swinging. A lot of them are ineffectual, but one of them just cracks him right across the side of the jaw, and you like hear bone crack, and this person just falls down and is like whimpering in pain, but they can't really make sounds very well because their jaw is no longer working.
And then I'll look up at, I gotta remember Brad's character's name.
Rinn.
Rinn. I'm like, we're fine.
All right, good. Better than a pot. You're better with a pot than I am with a sword. It's embarrassing. And I will head back to the center of town. I suppose.
And I'll step out of my house too. Like I'll step back into the foray.
Okay, you step out, and it is over to Makkara. You just watched a man get beaten and burned.
That's good. That gives me a warm feeling inside. What's the action look like down with the old guys?
So Rinn's father, he did his best to swing, but with his sword arm already being injured, he wasn't able to make an effectual attack. Alvar is doing his best at holding his own, but he's getting very sloppy in his guard as this person pulled out a knife and actually got him under the ribs.
Brutal.
And the person with a fish on their face just pulled it off to see an old, kind of buff guy standing there. And he just was like...
Just hands
Hands up.
Nope.
Puts his hands up.
Yeah, he doesn't have any weapons out. He just is holding a fish and he just drops it. He's got nothing to do. There's an old... Like, he's kind of... Yeah, he just gave up in that moment.
The guy that's attacking Alvar, I'm gonna target him. And I'd like to hop down and just Tonberry run with my hunting knife at him. I mean, they're faster than they are. But
Yeah, like a mixture of a cactar and a tonberry.
I just mean I'm running, but I don't have any like technique to wield
Yeah.
a knife as a weapon. I'm just gonna run into him with
Pointy end goes in that guy. Ah.
Okay. Yeah. Make an attack roll. Let's give you advantage because he's not expecting that.
18.
Yeah, you run up there, you stab this guy in the side. He's like, "Oh!" And you pull the knife out from him, and it's just coated in a person's blood, something you haven't seen in a while. Mostly deal with animal blood.
Mostly. And fish blood.
Yeah.
Do fish even have blood?
I don't know, but they're the vegetables of meat.
Yes, they do have blood.
They have blood.
You said that with the conviction on your face of like, they're the vegetables of meat, and I'll fight anyone who says otherwise.
They are the vegetables of meat.
They're the vegetables of meat.
They trade them for parsnips for a reason. It's because they're equivalent.
Fight me on the streets.
Vegetables of meats.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the action.
Yeah, so that gets taken care of. So all that is left there after that is the one person who is loading up the cart, and they jump into the back of the cart and look like they're going to run over to hop onto the horse.
So I want to intercept that guy. I want to jump up onto the cart from the other side so that when he gets into like the driver part, I'm just there.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. You guys pretty much get to the seats simultaneously, and you meet eyes with her.
Oh, it's her. Sorry.
And she doesn't know what to do, so she just grabs the reins and whips it, and you guys start going.
I was gonna say, okay. I'm just gonna try and like. I'm just gonna like swing this axe at her. Really, I really want more of like a push. Like I just want to like shove her off than to like chop her head off.
Okay.
But like, I mean, if that happens, it happens.
So, I mean, you have the options here. You could either attempt to shove or attack.
I think I'm gonna try to shove her.
All right.
I'm gonna just grab her with I'm gonna like hit her with the top part of the axe and just like, get off.
Okay, so, if I remember how shoving works correctly, it is opposed athletics checks.
I think so.
So let's do that.
Sure. 16.
You do what you can, but she is holding her own. She just grabs the little handhold that you would use to get up, and you're just pushing against her, holding on to that. And you think it's not working. It doesn't seem to be working. Then suddenly that handle snaps,
Oh,
she
shit.
flips out of the cart. She gets hit by one of the wheels. The cart flips over,
Oh, my God.
and
Whoa.
the horse can't really keep control of it, and the horse rolls over.
Oh, no.
And you're rolling over
Yeah, I figured.
by proxy. And I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw to ensure you don't get completely tore up by this.
Okay. 14? I have the luck of the Irish right now.
All right. Yeah, you do all right. You actually jump out of the cart a little bit early. You see it hit a tree.
Oh, my God.
And right as you jump out, it hit the tree. And you roll. You land in a bush. It's a rose bush. You take 1 damage.
Okay.
And yeah, otherwise you're fine.
I like to think I'm like head on the ground, like butt in the air, like.
Oh yeah,
super
you've gone full
disoriented.
scorpion.
I don't know where the fuck that axe went.
Yeah, the axe is nowhere to be seen. And
Damn.
yeah. So you're face down, ass up in a rose bush. Makkara is standing, knife in, someone who suddenly realizes they're in no position to win. Rinn and Seraph are surrounding a person who's been knocked out, burns all over their face and neck. And your guys' families are standing there, taking the live ones, tying them up.
I'm gonna wing the pot I have at just one of the dudes that put their hands up. Just fucking toss it at him.
All right. See if it hits.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. Yeah. Throw it.
2.
Yeah. No. You hit the empty cart.
Mage hand?
You get your point across. Though.
Yeah. You get your
I
point
wasn't trying to
across.
kill him. I was just like, fuck you guys.
I'll like plop down on the ground. It's like, ugh,
Okay. Yeah.
my heart.
Is everyone all right? Is everyone okay? And then
I'm like probably a ways away.
Oh yeah, you are quite a ways away. And in fact, after the prisoners are taken care of in terms of getting them tied up, your grandfather starts running out in the direction the cart went.
Yes. Is that lady like dead, or what?
Old Helga, you mean?
Or dying.
No, the lady that got
oh,
run
that
over by
got
the cart.
carded.
I don't know. I can't imagine you've looked.
I want to scan for her
You
All
see
right.
roses.
because if I'm in a very stabbable position.
Severely pokeable.
Let's have you make a Constitution saving throw to see if you're able to shake off this being thrown from a cart.
That makes sense. 4.
So yeah, you landed and you're just gonna lay there for a bit. You're like, oh, you're not in that position anymore. You're laying on your back, still in this rose bush, by the way.
Okay.
But you're just looking up. The world is spinning. You've got a headache.
Okay.
You've got a few cuts on your exposed bits of body. Shirt has a new tear. You're kind of bummed out about that.
Yeah,
But otherwise, right now you're just laying there. Like, you know how when you get laid out real good, you just want to sit for a bit.
yeah, I know that feel.
You just need a second.
Yeah, and this
just
is your
need a
second
second.
you need. And yeah, as you're laying there, you start to hear from the distance your pop calling out your name.
Yeah. I'll say like, I'm here.
And yeah, after a little bit, your grandfather is there standing over you. He offers a hand to help you up.
Okay. So I'll accept it and stand up, and then I'll kind of like, oh shit, where'd she go? And like, look at the carnage.
Yeah.
How's the horse? I feel bad for the horse.
Oh yeah, that horse has at least a broken leg.
Oh.
We cut back to what's going on in the town. The captives are tied up. the bodies are laid out.
Yeah, I've got this strange mix of emotions. It's like I'm proud of the fact that we were able to like fend off bandits. Kind of grossed out by the fact that like some of them died, and those are still people. And then also, just sort of hands are like shaking, coming down from this sort of adrenaline high of holy shit, that just happened. I think I'm kind of worriedly talking with my now injured father and trying to see, if he needs any help or if there's anything I can do.
Yeah, and he kind of helps you guide through tying up a sling and helping him wrap up the wound.
I'll go up to Alvor and be like, "Are you all right? Or you all right?" And just see all the blood and be like,
Yeah, he's definitely not feeling the best. That's for sure. He's after getting them taken care of, he's sitting down and he's just, well, at least I know I'm retiring soon.
"Oh, yeah, and you did it. You did a good job. You did great." I'll like survey all the bodies. Like, it was great. We did great.
I'm just, I'm glad that it wasn't just me out here. Usually we got a couple of guards today. One of them, my buddy, he had to take the day off. Figured that was going to be all right.
Yeah, we've never had anything, bandits before, so.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah, and I'll just walk back towards my home.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there, and yeah, Makkara.
I'm just kind of like looking at the blood on my hands, just like thinking back to when my mom was like, people are just animals too. It's like, oh shit.
Oh God.
And that's it.
All right. Yeah, eventually you all kind of get gathered together. As you walk by, you can see that woman, the wheels went over her waist and her neck.
Oh, that's a bad place for them to go over.
Oh yeah. She's the only noise that is coming out of that is the gurgling of air through a broken windpipe.
Okay.
Ugh.
Nice.
In an alive kind of way, or
In a not yet dead, slowly
well, that's not
dying
fun.
and also completely paralyzed kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little horrified, that's for sure. But I'm not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? But eventually you all are back in the market square where all of this scuffle began. There's a priest out there, old Father Max. He's
Can we retcon that Pop knows what to do in that situation and not leave this person to die in the woods, but
Why would he
mercy
not?
stab them? Just for my own conscience.
yeah, no, he's an old soldier. He doesn't want to deal with this though, because she tried to hurt the last thing, the last place in the world that he cares about. He cares about this town, his family, and that everything's gonna be fine. So he's like, his demeanor, and you can see it's just disgust when he looks at her dying on the side of the road.
Damn. Stone
Dang,
cold.
Pop's hard.
Yeah.
I don't like that being a soundbite that's come out of my mouth. That can be edited and taken out of context.
Yeah,
Holy
no,
shit.
it is going to be taken out of context.
Good.
I'll walk in my home and be like, Mom, are you okay? Is everyone all right?
And your mother, she just is more annoyed than anything.
Some people get like that.
You ruined a perfectly good lunch and murdered a man.
Oh, wow.
Now what am I going to feed your father?
Weird you say it in that order.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for protecting the home.
Yeah.
But you know how expensive food is getting these days.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did. Yeah. And I'll just walk back out. I'll just like walk over to that body and check it out. I kind of want to see what I did to it. I've never.
The person's
anyone.
definitely not dead. They're very incapacitated. They've got terrible burns all over them. Like their skin is turning white. There are blisters all over where the water hit.
I will search them, see if they have anything.
Yeah, they've got a dagger. They've got a bow. A little bit of gold. Not much.
I'll take whatever gold that is and give it to my mother. I can give that, and I'll take the dagger too.
Okay.
I don't know how to use a bow, so I'll leave it.
All right. As you guys are kind of cleaning up this, you see an older man. He's walking up the street towards all of you. He's dressed oddly nice. Like, it's almost too nice what he's wearing.
So we don't recognize this guy. He doesn't live here.
Yeah, you don't recognize him, but he walks up. He's very nice looking.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe that, but you know when you see someone's face, like you can see the laugh lines like permanently wrinkled into their face. He's always got a bit of a smile.
The crow's feet.
Yeah. And she approaches the party after, all of this is done and says, "This is terrible what happened here, but it's fantastic that old Alvar here had some assistance."
Who are you?
They call me Roderick the Kind.
The kind of what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll just glare at Makkara. You know what that means. I know you know what that means.
I'm sure you guys wouldn't recognize me all the way out here in Rest. I'm the local duke of the area. I was just out for a nice little stroll, and suddenly this happened. I was just coming out here to trade some pigs.
I'm certainly visibly shocked and surprised that a duke has just like wandered into our midst.
Yeah, he's just...
Well, damn.
That's Roderick the Kind.
Okay.
I'm not so trusting.
But,
So do we bow?
oh, none of that's necessary. Formalities are so bleh. I really just dress this nice that way that the king doesn't really kick me out if I go visit.
Okay.
And if you guys look in the distance, you actually see like his horse and his wagon, like sitting off over by like the edge of town where all of this didn't happen at. So, what happened here? There was screaming. I showed up, and I talked a little bit with Alvar. He's going to get a nice little plot of land. He's off the beat.
Oh, good. He certainly deserves a reward, Your Grace.
Oh, none of that. None of that.
It feels right. Sorry. Anyway, well, what happened, you see, was that some bandits decided that this would be a good place to steal food from. And I suppose they don't really know who it is that retires here.
Yes, that did seem like an odd choice. But
we've never had bandits before that I know of.
yes, this isn't the place that they typically attack. We're only a day's ride away from the capital. I suppose maybe they felt confident with the forest nearby. No one really likes to travel through Hector's Pass, but I'm sure you're aware of that. It's all swamp.
Pardon the interruption, but you could ask them.
They weren't all dispatched. Okay, well, we'll have that conversation later. But for right now, I couldn't help but notice that without the action of each of you individually, it's very likely that you would have been cleaned out of all your food and my good friend killed. Perhaps we could do something that would be mutually beneficial, where I sponsor you to go train to perhaps learn more of the ways of the world, and in return, by the end of your training, you'll be employed by me, but that really has a pretty loose definition.
My eyes light up. like a Christmas tree.
I look to my father, and I imagine that he kind of nods towards me, and I look back and just, how could I possibly refuse?
I will have to speak with my parents.
Same.
I gotta tell my mom. Hey, mom, this is Duke. I have to tell.
I have to tell me.
I'm like pumping my fists and like kind of not like he's kind of like bouncing up and down a little bit. I'm like, you mean you're gonna train me to fight?
We'll train you in what will suit you best.
And
I promise it's nothing menial. If you learn to fight, you'll learn to fight.
I turn to my grandpa and I'm like, Pops, Grandpa, this is my moment. This is what I've always been waiting for.
And your grandfather, he looks towards Roderick and says, well, you take good care of him.
I give him a big ol' hug.
Oh, yeah, he hugs you back. He loves you.
Doll.
Doll.
When do you need to know?
Well, you can take your time, maybe a day or two. I'll be in the area. I need to find a new person to trade with, I guess. And also we need to recover that grain from that turned over cart over there. But at the very least, I would like to know within the next 3 days.
Yeah.
That'll be the amount of time it can take for me to get a proper escort.
Okay, so we have 3 days to convince your mom.
Yeah, I can do that.
If it helps at all, the youngings that are youngings. What's the proper word?
They're kids.
Children?
Younglings?
Oh yes. 3 perfectly wonderful examples from 3 perfectly wonderful youngings. He just says it wrong again. Your families, of course, will be compensated for your absence, as I'm sure you're helping around. It's not as though they're losing.
Yeah, that should help, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah. And then I walk back to my home.
Okay. Yeah, and you walk away, and he looks towards Makkara.
I just tell him that I have to consult my family.
Very well. Cedric enters his home after having spoken with Roderick the Kind, preparing to embark on a journey unlike any he's ever been on before.
I have a backpack and I'm just packing it full of, I have an extra pair of clothes. I've got an extra pair of shoes in case mine get worn out. I've got quite a bit of, food that we have stored away, the stuff that's like non-perishable, as well as just some generic gear, torches and that kind of shit. And I I bring it downstairs and I, hike the backpack up and I look at my grandpa. I try to like stand kind of tall and so I can be on eye level with him, even though he's a little bit taller than me. And I say, well, I guess I'm off.
Well, not so quickly. And he grabs the sword off of the wall. He had already put it back after the day's events, and grabs you the case in which to keep it and a little bit of oil to maintain. And he holds it out in front of him. You can see in his face that he doesn't want to see you go, but he also knows that you have to. He gives Cedric a knowing stare. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Tears well up in my eyes when he holds this out to me because I was never allowed to touch this as a kid. I was taught from as soon as I had interest in it that this is not a toy, this is for adults. And I guess that my grandpa, basically giving me his sword is just signifying to me like you've become an adult. So, he's a little emotional and he says, "Are you serious?"
And he gives a nod, and he steps forward with it.
I will take it from him and just kind of hold it with like reverence, like it's a holy artifact or something. And I don't say anything. I just give him a hug.
After a short conversation with Roderick the Kind, Seraph goes home to talk to his parents about the possibility of joining the group and going to the academy.
Mom, I met with Roderick the Kind. He offered for me to go to the academy in the capital.
Oh, now?
I'm in a few days, I think.
Well, let's go upstairs. Let's see your father.
Aye.
So your mother leads you up to the room in which your father lies in his bed, unresponsive, and your brother's there, like trying to put some soup in him.
Yeah, I'll put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?" I know, Mom. I gotta stay here. I know that, right? You don't think I could go?
Your mother just looks on and nods, like, can't go.
Yeah, you're gonna get better, Dad, and then we can open the store back up, and we can go back to running it, and I mean, we can get the store open within the next maybe week. I could run it. I've got time now. I'm sorry I brought it up, Mom. I'll like kind of, look down and try to not I'm not going to change the subject, but try to let them change the subject.
Yeah, and your mother sits down on the bedside by your father and is, stroking his hair, and you hear her talking quietly about what you had suggested. And after a little bit of that, she turns to you and says, your father and I don't think it's for your best to go to the capital.
Okay, I understand. And I will kind of like straighten up a little bit, like curt nod to her, and then I'll leave the room.
Yeah, and you leave the quiet room, and it's always insane how opening up the door and closing it behind you, you can just feel the difference in humidity. Like the air outside of that room doesn't stick to your skin in like a almost malicious fashion as it does in there.
Yeah.
And you walk away.
Yeah, I would like to go there on the morning that I wake up early.
Okay.
To my father's room, and I feed him. We all take turns in the morning taking care of him, so
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be suspicious if I was in there by myself.
Yeah.
And I'll go to him, and I'll feed him a little bit and try to get him some food in him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, "I'm never gonna see you again." I'll like fluff his pillow, and then I'll look at him and go, "I loved you," and then I'll leave.
And I don't know if you're able to tell if that's the shortest or the longest walk you've ever had in your life, walking away from your dad's bed for the last time, but you do.
Hmm?
And you're outside at the cart where everyone else is slowly gathering.
I'll smile and walk up to the cart.
Makkara is going to go home as if to ask her mother permission to go. And as she's walking, there are many things going through her head, like where can this lead to, and what does this mean for the family? And I think she ultimately decides, Makkara decides that this is what she's meant to do.
After the short walk out of town, go through the little bit of trees that you have to get to, you arrive at your home and you find your mother and grandmother just doing what they do, tidying up around, preparing a meal.
Because it isn't anything out of the ordinary, Makkara will just start packing and decide to talk to them when it seems appropriate.
Okay.
Once I get everything packed, I will sit down for supper as usual. And here's where I'll have the conversation with my mother.
Okay. And yeah, the food's being dished out. Simple meal. Bit of meat. Bit of vegetable to go with meat. Legumes.
I love legumes.
Yeah, everyone does.
Makkara will tell her mother that the food is good as usual.
And Makkara's mother replies, yeah, same recipe as the other day. It's pretty good. Right amount of spices. Starts going too into depth onto what was done to prepare the meal.
Thanks nonetheless. I've talked with Roger the Kind.
Oh, how's he?
I don't much know yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I've decided to go to the capital for some training.
Oh. All right, I suppose.
Yeah, I knew you would be okay with it, so I made the decision on my own.
All right, well, I suppose it is time for you to go out and explore the world. And your mother takes another big bite of deer meat after saying that, because it's really not a big deal for them. It's, it's a rite of passage, you know that, but beyond that, you just do it.
Makkara is going to turn to her grandmother, and I will say I have much appreciation for everything that you've done to make this possible for us.
And your grandmother smiles and nods and returns the appreciation for the amount of hunting you've done for them in the past few years.
With a hug and some general, Midwestern goodbying.
So about 20 minutes later.
I'll
hand on the doorknob.
I'll be standing at the threshold of the door to leave, and then we'll find something else to talk about. Just a joke. I will set off and return to the cart.
And yeah, it's same walk you made before. It's only a few hours later, and you're already back at the cart before even Roderick is there ready to go.
Less is going through my head this time. I have a sense of accomplishment and that I'm making a decision for myself.
I imagine the rest of my preparations would be sort of it's like a brief conversation almost with my father. Is that a sort of cold poise of aged wisdom and money and
money,
and there's just this just kind of a I mean I hadn't figured out what else to do with myself. I imagine this is probably the better of most of the possible opportunities I would find around here.
Yes, it's certainly more befitting than a carpenter.
Well, I had hoped to help out in the Navy at some point with some sort of shipwriting, or you get it. But yeah, I agree. I think this will be well. And then, we'll just kind of talk about which of these swords and things I should take along. And I think it's going to come down to whatever makes sense for sturdy equipment. So
the day we're supposed to leave, I just won't be there.
Yep. It's the crack of dawn of the day of departure. That was when you guys were instructed to meet with your, escort, I guess, would be the best word for it. Your Uber.
I figure I've got a backpack and with the stuff all tied onto it, and I'm holding it by the straps like a fucking kid on their first day of school.
Yeah. And you guys approach this cart. It's got a little bit of food in it. It's got some bedding. You guys can set your stuff down in the cart.
Fantastic.
I'll throw my bag in there and be like, yeah, are we all ready to go?
Coming along after all. Good.
Yeah, they changed their mind. They thought I should go.
I've just been in the cart.
Yeah, you've just been waiting for a while.
3 days.
Yeah, just chilling out.
Yeah. Just been sitting there.
Or gathering.
Yeah.
Foraging.
There's not a whole lot to forage in the area. It's been a pretty low yield kind of year.
Okay.
I mean, you still get a few things. You've got some edible mushrooms. You've got the equivalent of 3 days of rations.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Mushroom.
From the foraging itself.
Thanks.
Jeez.
Thanks, Earth.
Yeah. Earth's like, no problem, dude.
I'm sure it's a woman.
What? Father Nature and Mother Time?
Terra?
Is that what
Gaia?
you really think my Earth is named?
Yes.
That's what I think it's named.
It's called
Anyway,
Qynh.
let's.
Yeah.
Qynh. Sorry, Qynh.
Or
Thanks,
Qynh.
Qynh.
Haven't come up with it.
I like Qynh.
I like Qynh.
I'm a fan of
I
Qynh.
feel like Qynh. I think there is actually like a Kyne like word that means something naturey, but I could just be.
Oh, yeah. You're thinking of the Elder Scrolls.
I probably am, but I think they took it from something real. So I would imagine. I don't know.
It's Super Elder Scroll Boys, your favorite Elder Scrolls fandom podcast.
That's specifically concerned with etymology.
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Guys,
go.
I can't wait for Skyrim 6 to come out.
Yeah, I'll like put my stuff in the cart and I'll look at the rising sun and I'll be like, yeah, we should get going. We don't want to waste any daylight.
Okay. And
Taking glances back to make sure my door's not opening.
yeah, the sun is just barely peeking over the horizon. It's the morning light is filtering through the nearby fairy forest, and yeah, you guys are off. You have a single companion with you. His name is Grayson. He's looks like a city guard from the town of. I forgot what I named that town.
Now, does Grayson have an E or an A? This has been the point of contention earlier.
It has an A. Yes, he's from the capital city of Dagger Crown, and he's wearing the appropriate colors. It's silver, yellow, and orange. They're not the best designers there.
That was flashy.
I'll introduce myself to him like, hey, I'm Cedric. Are you a knight?
Knight errant.
What's that?
It's like a knight.
Wow, you're a knight? That's so cool.
It's like a night.
I, the player, don't know what a knight errant is. I imagine Rinn would know, but
Doesn't that just mean you're
We'll
like a
Google it
knight's
later.
bitch?
Yeah, it's like night. It's night
Whoa.
adjacent. Like
Night adjacent. There you go.
like you do all the work of a knight, but you don't get the same pay.
It's a dusk.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
just
like a
not
knight, but
noble.
I'm not noble.
I believe it's like dawn actually when we're taking off.
Yep, it's done, and you guys.
No, I'm just saying
No, he
instead
was
of
making
night, it was a night joke.
Yeah.
Can I ask you some mechanical questions about what gear I can get away with having right now, as far as weapons go?
I mean, get away with.
We
Well,
can settle
You
that
have a
in
long
moment.
sword.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's what your father gave you. A long sword.
Cool.
Daddy's long sword.
I have a
write down-
dagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna write down I have
Cannon.
a backpack.
So where are we headed then, Mr. Kind?
Roderick the Kind is not with you. He came to deliver the news, and he actually sees you guys off, but he's still got some business to attend to in town.
Oh.
So
what was
it's-
our escort's name?
Grayson.
So Grayson, where are we off to?
Oh, we're off to the capital. We have a few days' journey ahead of us. We can't ride full force, considering we've got a wagon and a cart full of people. It's probably going to be 3.5, 4 days to get there. But we're off to there, and then really from there, they'll determine what kind of schooling you can receive, what kind of training you'll need, any of that sort of information to best determine what will fit you and how you can best benefit, well, everyone.
Interesting. And do you work for Mr. Kind?
I mean, I don't really have a particular lord or duke or anyone I work for. I mainly work for the country itself. Do a lot of escorting people of import.
That sounds kind of boring.
Yes. You have no idea. But it's a safe job and the pay is good.
And
Well,
noble
that's
calling
great.
it that.
I'm going to nap.
All right. And yeah, day goes by uneventfully. You're still traveling on relatively well-maintained roads, but you guys are getting ever closer to the swampier part of the world, Hector's Pass, which you do have to get through in order to reach the capital city.
I'll talk to Cedric while we're going. Your family was cool with you leaving then?
Yeah, I think my papa understood that this was what I've been waiting for. He gave me a sword. Look.
Nice. Yeah.
I'd like pull it out, like all dangerous, like.
Yeah.
There's a sword.
What about you?
Yeah.
I can't believe you got your mom to let you leave.
Yeah, they changed their mind. They ended up being really sportive about it. It was surprising, but good.
May I try to insight check that?
I mean, I was gonna say, like, I've known this guy for a long time. He's really not stuttery.
+1.
All right. Since Rinn had been listening in on that, he was trying to pick up to see if you were actually telling the truth. Could you roll a deception roll for me, since you are, telling a flat out lie?
Yeah. 19.
Yeah. You understand him as telling the truth.
Cool.
Seraph is
Hard to believe, but
a little meek, but believable.
Yeah.
Good.
And with the store being closed, they said it was a good time for me to, explore the world. See what there's to see.
I'm so stoked to see the capital. I've only ever heard stories.
Yeah, I've never been either.
And Grayson turns back from his position. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's beautiful out there. That's gleaming city, wonderful people. Smells nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Why's that?
The smell?
Yeah.
Oh well, I can't really say why.
It's the money.
There's quite a few bakers in the area. Perhaps maybe I just live between two bakers, and they're always cooking cinnamon apple pie.
But I love cinnamon apple pie.
But I can't. I guess I can't speak for the rest of the world. I just have the smell of cinnamon in my nose at all times.
Have you tried cleaning it?
Why would you want to?
Yeah, no, those pies are already clean. They come out of the oven.
I mean your nose.
How do you clean the inside of a nose?
You just dip
That's silly.
You just dip your finger in water and you stick it up there.
What?
I just look at the group.
I definitely look bewildered at that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that would do it.
I just give the group a look like I'm right in this, right? Like I'm not the weird one.
I think I just kind of shudder.
Yeah, they're the guard just shakes his head, and Grayson goes back to watching the path and making sure not going to hit any potholes or anything.
I'm gonna be curled. I'm gonna have curled up around my backpack and hugging it and chewing on meat snacks.
All right. But yeah, barring anything further, we reach the end of the first day. You guys are what Grayson would recognize is a few miles away from the swamp. There's still a little bit of forest, and he recommends, as he's pulling the horse and the wagon through the field itself, we should set up camp over there in that grove.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you need us to do?
Any of you pitch a tent before?
No.
No.
Honestly, no. We usually travel with... Never mind. Yes, I haven't.
I don't use tents usually.
All right. I mean, I can direct you. It's definitely more helpful to have more than one person working on it. If I could get one of you to assist.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would love
I'll
to.
help, of course.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, he guides you guys through setting up the tent. It's a pretty big tent. It can fit about half of you. He didn't expect a group of more than 3, and he figures, well, that's all right. I can just sleep out by the wagon.
I won't have to sleep in there either.
All right, perfect.
I'd prefer it. Yeah, I'll stay in the tent if that's okay.
Yes, I too would like a place in the tent.
I've never slept in a tent. I've only taken naps outside.
Prepare to be uncomfortable. And
Okay.
he looks back into the wagon and... What? It seems my provisions are gone.
That's not good, right?
Yeah. He looks bewildered. He had some easy road grain to cook. So he had some rice. Just something easy to make over a fire.
I want to take a look at the thing he had it in to make sure there's not a hole somewhere.
Oh no, the entire container's gone.
Oh.
Can I check for some sort of tracks, like following us or leading up to where we're parked, to see if someone
Absolutely.
or something might have taken it?
Roll some survival.
I was like, you didn't forget it in town or anything, did you?
It was in the cart. This isn't my first rodeo.
No, I know.
12.
Yeah, you can.
just-
The ground is starting to get softer as you get closer to the swamp, and you can see some errant footprints kind of leading up, and you can see where they walked up, and as they're going away, they're a little bit heavier.
Okay. I'm gonna tap him, and I'll point to the footprints and follow them with my finger here, and then follow them away, so that he can see.
Oh, great! Really didn't want to have to deal with people tonight.
Are they people's footprints?
Yeah,
How many sets are there?
2.
2 sets. I'll say it to him aloud.
Well, we could.
I
guess we could either follow them, or we could just try to come up with some game of our own.
I don't know how to hunt, really. I know you do.
Does this area provide
Roll the nature check just to know for sure.
17?
Yeah, the area, it's been a little light as far as the year's gone for foraging. You imagine with some effort and some assistance, you could probably get enough for everyone to eat tonight.
Okay.
But there definitely wouldn't be more for continuing on.
Okay. Well, I already have mushrooms, so I'll give them to whoever's going to stay and cook.
Yeah.
Who's coming with me?
I can stay or I can come.
I'll come.
This is.
Okay.
I suppose this is something I should learn how to do. I'll come along.
Great. Seems like you're setting up the tent yourself, Grayson.
Well, at least we got a couple of stakes up.
And I'm going to give him the mushrooms to start cooking.
Wait, no. I'll stay with Grayson. What if you get jumped by those same people?
Yeah, if there's only 2 of them, and I have a feeling they're only after the food, not after our lives.
Well, what if there's like a dragon or something?
What?
These don't look like dragon footprints.
Well, I just mean we're in a forest. There's like wolves, right?
Okay, yeah, the wolves is the first good point you've made. And they'll be they'll still steer clear once we have the fire set up.
Okay.
As we go, I am going to
Dragon.
act like we're tracking an animal, but curiosity is going to make me follow these footprints.
All right. Yeah, you're you and whoever's with you.
These 2 boys.
Those.
Yeah.
Okay, Seraph and
Seraph
Rinn.
Are you coming
and
too?
Rinn.
Yes.
I don't know.
Nope, Cedric's going to stay
Yeah.
and help.
I'll help pitch the tent.
Okay. Yeah, you
I
get
thought.
the tent set up, and you guys are getting the fire going. But yeah, you guys are following these tracks, and after a little while of walking, it's been like 6-7 minutes of just straight following these. There's another like grove of trees. It's really like enclosed, and they kind of like slip through a few spots, and you can see just a couple of people with the food and like a low covered fire, and they just look malnourished.
I'll point to them.
Okay. Should we talk to him? I don't.
That's not my game.
If we do talk to them, we should surround them before we do it.
Okay. How about I'll go to talk to him, and you guys just get ready to protect me if it gets hairy, I guess.
And I'll pat my longsword.
All right.
Are they armed?
They have arms. No, they besides like some hunting knives, they don't really have a whole lot on them.
Okay.
They're wearing some raggedy clothing. They look like they've been hungry for a while.
Okay. I think you both should go. We'll all 3 go. And just ask for our food back.
Okay. Hello? I'll like trape into their campsite.
Okay, so you greet them and approach the campsite.
Yep. Step up, flanking him.
They both look up. It's kind of like that deer in the headlights kind of look. You come here to take our food.
We came here to get Our food, I think we misplaced it. I guess you took it?
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying we? What?
You have our food, and we're gonna take it back. I mean, you can have some, I guess.
I see no harm in letting you keep a meal at least.
You walk into our campsite and tell us that our food is yours?
Yeah, it's like when you walk up to someone's cart and take the food like it's yours. Similar conceptually, I guess. It's the same idea. Sorry.
Yeah, they're
Also, I'm here.
I mean, you
simple math.
can have some. That's fine. We'll leave you a meal, but we're gonna take our food back. So
You said there's 2 of them.
yeah.
A simple math equation would let you know that you should give it back to us.
And I mean, you guys are well aware they're lying through their teeth.
oh yeah.
And one of them stands up, and it's just like a skeleton with flesh.
I mean, you can we'll feed you a meal or 2. We'll leave you with some, but
And they just start crying.
I mean, you can roll with us to the capital, I guess, if that would suit you better.
Why are you out here?
We've got nothing. Not a thing.
Where are you from?
Place that doesn't exist anymore.
Have you ever heard of the town of Rest?
No?
It's one day that way.
What do we find there?
Community.
They're short a carpenter. At least.
No one would have us. No one would have us. No one would have us! They just start going crazy. And
Okay.
one of the skinny people just like runs right up towards you. Like they're aggressive as hell.
Oh my god.
I guess I'll take out the dagger that I have in my sweater and be like,
And
shank him?
yeah, they keep running. You don't have to even stab. You just hold it out and they impale themselves on it.
Oh, wow.
And this person is like scratching all over your face.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
I'm just gonna shove that person off, I suppose.
Yeah. Take 1 point of human scratching your face a lot damage.
Oh, my God.
Seraph.
Ugh. Woof.
That person is writhing in pain on the ground.
Well,
What about the other person?
The other person is just watching and falls to their knees.
Oh no.
do I kill him?
No. I think they've had quite enough.
Do I know how to bandage this? I don't.
No.
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 I've done it a little bit before, and like, I could try, I guess.
And yeah, as you're trying to help that person out, they're both like muttering and like it's just crazy stuff they're spouting off.
I mean,
What happened to your home?
And why don't you think anyone would take you?
And it's really like they're not listening to you. It's some weird stuff that they're saying about like the world is black, everything is gonna die, nothing is real. The plague that sweeps this land sweeps over us all.
Mondays.
And as you're trying to bandage that person, they're actually reaching into that hole and ripping out whatever is inside of them.
Oh, don't do that. Oh god.
I'll kill him.
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
When he starts doing that, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, you put him out of his misery.
What about the other one?
I'll just throw it in.
That other person is just on their knees and they're muttering some crazy stuff too.
Jesus. I'm gonna go, and I just grab the food, and I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah, there's no resistance there. You leave what they have in their pot boiling over the fire.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm really shook up about it. God damn, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, it's awful. I feel awful.
Just slitting their throats. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the one,
I mean, do I know of any kind of
he's got to stop doing that.
Yeah, is it like an asylum of some kind?
Yes, your knowledge of the world would let you know that there is an asylum in the country to the far north, Alarai. They call it Blackstone Keep.
This is a hell of a trek, though, huh?
Yeah, that is a very far distance away.
Oh.
That is where they keep the people who are dangerously out of their mind, like these people.
Yeah, wow, I don't even know what to say to it. I guess the thought crosses my mind to take them there, but, like, it just isn't feasible.
Do they prefer death?
It's hard to say what these people would prefer.
I'll ask them.
Yeah, no, that person is non-responsive.
Okay.
They're
Then
just
I'll leave them alone.
speaking over and over about that same kind of terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah, I think all we can do is leave them.
Maybe convince them that it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could try.
I'll try.
Okay. Make your best persuasion check.
Okay. I'm going to tell them that it's only ever dark for a time, and I've rolled a 3.
Okay. The person just grabs you, like, by the collar of your shirt and says, "Beware the inky, the tendrils, the pain." This person's eyes are like, their pupils, they're in a dark place. Their pupils are completely constricted. And they let you go. And
I, don't want to touch them.
yeah.
Like,
You,
not you, but just afraid, you know.
tag body spray
Yeah.
for sick cats.
Can I also try and just, like, calm this person down?
Are they going to eat what's on the fire?
That person's looking at it now.
Okay.
I'll dish them some.
All right. Yeah, they have a wood bowl laid out, and they just kind of quietly eat it.
And I'm going to take the rest of the pot and take it back to our camp. Because it's ours.
Okay. So, yeah, Seraph walked off with the rest of the non-cooked stuff. You grab the rest of the cooked stuff.
Well, hold on. We should bury this guy, right?
I've already left.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Ugh.
You can.
Yeah, I think I'll plan to grab a spade from the cart and come back here to
Yeah, maybe
bury
in the
guy.
morning.
Yeah.
I'll help you in the morning.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And back at camp.
I put their pot on our fire.
Okay, I was going to say, are you working on the fire? Are you working on the tent? What are you doing?
I'm probably helping with the tent. I mean, I understand like some carpentry basics. So, I mean, putting a nail into the ground with a hammer is certainly not that challenging.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need carpentry basics for that.
You really don't. You just got to, like, know how one thing hits another thing.
I think it's like the structure of the tent, like you understand
Well, yeah,
how
and
the
I
pole
just,
should be
yeah,
and stuff.
I kind of get it. I'm like, oh.
But yeah, easy
So it's
enough.
like that.
The tent's put together. You guys get it taken care of pretty quickly. Fire's made. Yeah, otherwise a fairly quiet time over here until these guys come back.
I imagine Seraph is first.
Yeah, Seraph left well before the other two did.
Yeah.
And Seraph's walking back with the container full of food, minus like probably 2 servings.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. There's some insane people in the woods.
Insane people.
Yeah, she ran right into my dagger. I didn't. Yeah, they were just.
Okay, so I like walk over to him. I'm like, so let's just sit down
Yeah.
Your face.
and
Face is all scratched
and
up.
maybe some water.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, and you can see the scratches on Seraph's face.
Yeah, I'll give him some water.
Yeah, there's 2 people that were cooking what little they had taken out of here, and they accused us of stealing their food. We knew that wasn't the case, and I offered to even give them some, leave them some when we took it back, and then one went crazy and ran at me. I pulled out my dagger, and they literally ran into it. I left them.
Classic story.
Yeah, I'm starting to.
It is?
So.
Well, not about like real life, but like, the enemy that impales themselves on your weapon.
Right, but like the crazy starving person in need of help that does that? Is that the classic story?
No, that is. I'm not gonna lie, I was making a pretty unfair comparison there to kind of lighten the mood, but here you are.
Yeah, I tried to leave them food. I left what was on the fire, and I came back. they were just talking gibberish. I didn't want to be dealing. There's a lot to take in.
How many were there?
That's 2.
And what happened to the other one?
They just sobbed a lot.
And where are the other 2?
I think they're handling it pretty well.
What does that mean?
I assume they're trying to talk him down, or I don't know, man.
So are there more?
It wasn't too far away. I don't think there's any more. I think it's just the 2 of them.
Are there crazy people in these woods?
I'm starting
Shouldn't
to
be.
think so.
You laughed at dragons, but if there's crazy people, that was unexpected.
They said they're from somewhere that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh dear.
You-
that.
What?
At that time,
Rinn and
Rinn and Makkara arrive at the camp.
With a steaming pot of grains.
Yeah, a steaming pot of like just boiled rice.
Yeah.
Some quinoa.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag of grain. Yeah.
Quinoa's fucking gross.
I like
Oats.
it.
Welcome to Super Opinion, boys.
Super diet boys.
Diet Super Boys. Anyway,
Yeah, once I get back, I'll put it on the fire. Like,
Okay.
continue cooking it. Yeah, I'll relay the story and talk about how I think we'll have to go back in the morning and bury one. He wouldn't let me help him. He got stabbed and he ripped away the bandages.
Ooh. That.
Yeah.
Grayson is looking concerned.
Was there a village or something nearby that was destroyed, or they said they were from somewhere that doesn't exist?
Yeah, things are more simple where you're from, that's for sure. There's always been a few lunatics that have been raving around. I can't say I know the amount, but there's a certain affliction that afflicts certain people. I know I said the same words over and over.
he told me of a premonition.
Yeah, that's a classic sign. We may have to be on our guard. Often, what they're referred to, at least in the Blackstone Keep, they're called haunted.
Haunted.
They something has racked them, and it just makes you snap.
Is there any coming back from it?
That is something that we don't really deal with. Most of the people that have this affliction, they reside within the Blackstone Keep to the north.
That's a long way from here, though.
Yes, it typically doesn't happen out here. The biggest thing, and now it's cut off from anyone trying to travel there, is the top of Sky's Reach. People who go up there come back different.
Do I know how nearby that is?
All of this is in the furthest north part of the country, of the continent. It's all to the northern parts of the country of Alarai.
Okay, so far away.
Yeah, far away. And you can see that Grayson is concerned because it has been a long time, if ever, that anyone like this has been in this area. So with all the recent changes, things are different.
Do you have anything for my face? She got my face.
Oh yeah, it's all right. It's a bright side, not transferred by like getting scratched by someone's.
That's good.
And here, let me find something for you. And he rummages through his bag and he pulls out this foul concoction that just stings when he puts it on you.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll
Is
keep the
this
dirt
something
out.
I could recognize?
Yeah, it's actually one of your mom's poultices.
Hooray. It's just chewed up leaves.
What? I paid a mint for this.
It is mint.
He's confused, but then he shrugs. Well, it works, I guess.
And beeswax and honey.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't have access to honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, that makes me feel better. I can chew up a leaf and spit on myself, but
Oh, if you didn't have that, I mean, it won't last as long, but it'll still work.
good to know. And yeah, after getting that taken care of, the night goes by.
Oh.
I sleep under the wagon.
Okay, you sleep under the wagon.
I actually meditate under the wagon.
Should we post a watch or something? I don't know. Is that the jargon? Is that right? Watch, guard?
I'll be on the lookout, but there shouldn't be anything too insane happening.
Yeah, I wake lightly.
Okay.
So we hit nighttime because of your approaches to what you have done. Seraph, gain a charisma point.
Okay.
Rinn, I'm trying to think of an appropriate reward for you. While I think of that, Makkara, gain a point of wisdom. I also need to think of an appropriate point for Cedric.
I had suggested like surrounding them before we engaged, maybe like an intelligence.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's pretty tactical.
Okay, cool.
So have that.
Courage. The cowardly dog. Gain 1 hole in tooth.
What?
Courage, the cowardly dog, has a big hole in his tooth.
He does do that, yeah.
I mean, you were helping to set up a tent and do. I mean, that's maybe strength stuff or dexterity.
Welcome,
stuff?
Super Cartoon Boys, our early 2000s Cartoon Network fan cast.
Technically, it aired in the 90s. 99, I think.
You weren't even shut up.
I was probably.
You probably were alive then.
I was, well, probably not actually. I was alive for a good quarter of the 1999.
Solid chord.
So you're a quarter of a tenth.
Yeah.
A 90s baby.
I'll give it to him.
I'll give you the choice here, Jake. Constitution or strength? Take a point in one.
I guess strength.
It's like
That's very interesting. That's not how I expected that we would do this, but I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it. It's interesting.
Strength.
Your favorite tooth is dumb. Good night.